Welcome back to DieCash Cars. So today is the day we've been waiting for, the reveal of the car that I bought with the money that I sold all my Hot Wheels for. And what you're looking at here is a Toyota Supra, the GR Supra. And this is definitely not the car that I'm buying, first and foremost because I did not sell that much Hot Wheels, guys. The other thing too, guys, is that I know we all are enamored with this in a diecast form, guys, but it's just not really my style, guys. It just doesn't fit the functionality that I want when it comes to cars. I mean, let's just look at all these vents here. They're all fake. Coming to the front of the car, kind of the same deal. Bunch of fake vents, not much really going on. It does have a V6 twin turbo. It's rear wheel drive, but again, just not my style. The only thing I do like about this car is the profile. It does very much remind me of the MK4, which we do have one at the dealership that I'm at as well too. It's not for sale, unfortunately, but I guarantee it's out of my price range as well too. But a 93 Toyota Supra red. I do know this is actually the owner of the dealership's car, and it's not for sale. It is a twin turbo. I mean, what is the price on these right now? Secondary market, probably in the $70,000-$80,000 price point. And here's another little classic for you guys, MR2. This is a turbo 5-speed, crazy gem right now in today's secondary market. I mean, this thing, again, not for sale, but if it was, I'm sure it'd be in the $20-$30 price point. This thing is gorgeous, guys, and sadly not one of the cars on my list to pick up, and definitely not the car that I'm buying today. So let's take a look around the parking lot and see what else we got here. And another gem for you guys while I'm here, kind of a rarity, but a TRD Pro Toyota Tundra, and this is the new model. Look at that giant front end. One thing I really like about this is that the side fender splashes here, they're actually like a subtle camo, which is just unreal. Looks really good, really rugged. My son's here with me, and he could not miss these giant shocks and these giant monster truck tires on this car, and this orange paint, just super eye-catching, guys. But unfortunately, again, at an $80,000 price tag, not the car that I purchased, but I feel like my car is ready. So let's get inside, get some business done, and I will give you guys a reveal of my car in a little bit. Alright guys, all done with the paperwork, and it's time for the reveal. My car, guys, GR86. Man, this thing is gorgeous. In person, guys, it just looks so much better. I mean, this is the perfect time of day to be doing this too. The golden hour, guys. Halo white. There's a premium paint option, but man, I don't regret it. It just looks great. You guys know I like my white cars. But man, I've been in this dealership for about 2 hours now, so let's get home. So I got the ride home, guys, and perfect timing. I come home to a quick mail call here from overseas. This is a 1/64 scale of the Toyota GR86 made by Tomica. I mean, it is a great representation. Obviously, for the price point and for the scale, I mean, it looks so close to the actual car. I mean, all the right lines are there. I mean, painted headlights, painted tail lights, but you do got a nice Toyota logo right there on the front end. The paint is actually metallic, and I gotta go put this right next to my car, guys. I feel like it is essentially the same paint coat because it's got that same sparkle and shine to it. But man, perfect way for me to segue and talk about the GR86, why I chose that car over all the other competition out there. I mean, let's just talk about the aesthetics of the car. So the second I got this car, I sent a couple pictures to my buddies, and every single one of them was like, oh man, nice Supra, right? And obviously it's not a Supra, guys, it's far from it, but just funny that I'm getting that kind of recognition at a fraction of the cost. I mean, it really does look like the new GR Toyota Supras, you know, a little bit from the silhouette of the car, but in person this is way smaller than the GR Supra. What the designers reviewed about the GR86 is it's actually more so based off of the Toyota 2000 GT when it comes to the overall aesthetics. I mean, you can kind of see You know, this is the 007 Retro Entertainment release of the 2000 GT, the Roadster, which it never came in a Roadster, but if you look at it, the profile, the silhouette, the long nose, I mean, it basically mimics the Toyota 2000 GT pretty good. And then we all know that the GR86, basically its continued lineage of the ever popular Toyota AE86, right? So anybody who follows Initial D or the original Drift King Keiichi Tsuchiya, who you guys know I'm a big fan of. I have a number of his 164, 118 scale, 143 scales of his famous AE86 with the green carbon fiber hood. This one is an AE64 version with the carbon door as well too, but you guys know I've been a big fan of this car for quite some time, so it was pretty awesome to finally dip my toes into Toyota and into the lineage of the AE86 at that. On top of that, you guys know that I'm a huge Subaru fan, right? So probably wondering, how do I go from having all these Subarus to just jumping over to Toyota, right? Well, the most interesting thing, guys, is that this Toyota has a Subaru motor in it. It's the updated version of the EJ20, which was in the Subaru WRX STIs that I've actually owned back in the day. So I used to have a 2015 STI like this. Actually, I had an EJ25. But this 2023 GR86 has an FA24, which is an upgraded version of the naturally aspirated flat 4 boxer motor from Subaru. So it's pretty cool. I get to dabble into the Toyota area with a GR86, but I still get to hold on to my Subaru roots because the car has a Subaru power plant, which is pretty awesome. It is my first rear-wheel drive car too, so I've never owned a rear-wheel drive car. I've never owned a car that was bespoke, basically made to be a sports car like this, so it's gonna be super interesting, super fun. I mean, this car in real life, guys, it's so small. I mean, its competitor is the Mazda Miata, just to give you guys a perspective as far as the size of the car and the category that it's in. But I mean, I'm a relatively short guy, all right? I'm about 5'8". This car comes straight to my chest, guys. I mean, it is tiny. I have to basically crawl into the car, and I'm not even that big of a guy, so it's just so interesting. And when you're inside of it, I mean, you feel so integrated, so planted into the seat. I mean, all the controls, the wheels, everything are just there, which is just perfect. I mean, I've never experienced this with a car before. So aside from that, why this car is so perfect for me, guys? Well, I'm a huge functionality guy. I love everything to have a purpose when it comes to the cars that I drive. And this car, I mean, it was just great. I mean, everything about the design of this car has a purpose, right? So the front end, I mean, all the induction vents for air to cool the engine, the radiators. I mean, these side vents here actually go to cool the brakes, cool the engine. The giant arches on the front wheel wells, I mean, they're specifically raised like that here to give the driver sight lines, so that anytime we're doing any kind of spirited driving, or if you were to ever autocross in this car, you know exactly where your wheels are at all times. If you even look at the roof, you can see that Tomica did a great job showing this detail, but it's not just a flat roof, and there's indentations on the driver's side as well as the passenger side, and that's actually carried over into the interior of the car as well too, and that's basically to give a little bit more head clearance in the event that you want to wear a helmet. Again, this car is really made for track driving. Coming down to the side here, again, you got more functional vents to cool your brakes. You got this giant swooping arch here on the lower quarter panel. It looks great, but it's all about aerodynamics. It's all about airflow. Come to the rear end, again, more large wheel well body arches in the rear end. Going into this tiny little divot here on the rear bumper that is actually, again, specifically designed for aerodynamics. coming back to the end, you can't mistake that giant ducktail spoiler that again just added downforce. I mean, even something as simple as putting tiny little vortex generators on the taillights. I've never seen somebody sculpt taillights that have aerodynamic function, which is just awesome. I mean, the car overall is just, I mean, it's perfect. It's exactly what I wanted, guys. And on top of that, it's super lightweight. 2,800 pounds modern day is, I mean, unreal. I mean, there's probably only a handful of cars right now under the $30,000 price point that weigh that light. Again, this car is so minimal. I mean, there's not a lot of electronics, not a lot of fluff, not a lot of luxuries. Doesn't have leather seats, and honestly, I didn't even want leather seats. It doesn't even come with the option of a sunroof. There's no power seats in case anybody's looking for that feature. It's not there. I mean, it's got a manual handbrake. It's got a 6-speed transmission. I mean, I'm surprised it doesn't have roll down windows for weight savings, guys, but I mean, it's perfect. It kind of brings me back to the 90s, the early 2000s, when cars were just very analog. I mean, you can feel everything, you can hear everything. I mean, this car is just perfect for me because I love my cars that I like to drive spirited, to be very raw, you know, so that I can fully engage and enjoy the car. So Hot Wheels, when are you gonna give us a GR86 in 1/64 scale? I mean, this Tomica is nice, but again, brand loyalty. If Hot Wheels or Mattel, if you guys could give us a GR86. I see that Matchbox is coming up with the Subaru version of this car. So the Subaru BRZ 2022. The second gen of this car is planned to be released next year, so fingers crossed. I'm really hoping that the GR86 will make it to Hot Wheels or a Matchbox lineup. So as far as price point goes, you guys know I just said this car cost me $32,000, tax, titles, and fees out the door. I ended up paying $35,000 total, which again, you guys know, I mean, I was busy getting those Hot Wheels sold to help justify this purchase and supplement it. So it really helped out the purchase of this car, and I do not regret it. I mean, I definitely miss my Hot Wheels. I love looking around me in my room and just seeing everything, but right now it's just bare. I mean, my walls are just empty now, but it doesn't matter. My garage is full. I mean, another car added to the stable, another adventure, and I can't wait. I mean, this car is going to be super fun. I mean, right now I don't have a lot planned for modifications. I mean, I definitely want to, you know, put some Expel PPF paint protection film on the front end of the car, because I know I'm going to be driving this car pretty hard. And last thing you want to worry about is rock chips. You know, there's some minor cosmetic mods that I'm looking to make, like clear corners for, you know, the front end, and, you know, maybe just some things to just help the overall drive and comfort of the car itself. But other than that, I just plan to drive the heck out of this thing and enjoy it. But that's what I got for you guys today, the big reveal. What did I buy with all that Hot Wheels money? Well, this is it, guys. Hopefully you guys like it just as much as I do. Give me your feedback. Let me know what you guys would buy if you guys were able to sell your Hot Wheels collections. And as always, guys, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time on DieCash Cars.